Dang. What's up, folks? What's going on? What's up? What's up now? Try to get everybody in here. Start chatting it up. Can y'all hear me? Bring this up on the screen. We got this thing playing probably at the same time another video playing too. Oh man, I just thought about that. Probably should have waited a few minutes because I think we got the live going and we got the video that I posted at the same time. Ew. That's interesting. We're gonna have to look at that. So I'm going to. What's up, folks? Like most of the folks we got is from YouTube. I can't see. I want to make that a little larger. The chat. Okay. What's up, Ivy, Ray, RW? What's going on? Y'all going to pile in, man. We're going to chat it up a little bit. We're going to try to start condensing these down, son, because we be talking, man, for a minute. We'll be talking for a minute. Let me see something. Wait a few more minutes. How y'all doing, man? Where's everybody at? Y'all at work right now? Y'all driving to work or y'all at home? What's happening, man? Engage in the chat. What's up, Angel? Sabi, what's going on? Everybody good? See, like we got more people from YouTube right now. Is everybody mostly on YouTube? I like they let you put that chat right up on the screen. And so we got, let me see. Sounds clear you have a lot to say. You always got a lot to say, man. I mean, we dealing with so many different angles. It's always a lot to talk about. That's for dang sure. Yeah. Let me just pause that. Okay. Well, you know what? Let me try something real quick. We got 16 people from Rumble. Hey, everybody on Rumble, like, how did you get notified? If y'all can put that in the chat real quick. How did you get notified about the video? Y'all know I be trying to dig into what they doing, how they be messing with the analytics. I know what they doing to y'all on YouTube. Have any of y'all, did everybody get notifications or did you just see the video if you're on YouTube? Because I know what they do with y'all over there. They censor it. They cut off your notifications without your permission. This is strictly for my videos. So go figure. It is what it is at this point. Let me see something. See, we live right now over here. Okay, rise again. See, I don't know why. Man, I don't know why they got. Okay, what's up? You're in New York. You got people from Arizona. You got mass people coming across the border. We certainly do. We under attack. The border is under attack, but we under attack from the skies. Stuff they doing up there. God dang, a notification popped up on my phone. Oh, that's what's up. Sabi said a ding came in, notification came in on the phone. That's cool. You got it yesterday and today's reminder. My D was notified on YouTube. You know, guys, I always ask these questions because if you know me and you know my history with these platforms, y'all know how bad I've been censored and suppressed. You know, I hit on it sometimes. At one point, I was getting 2 million views a month. 2 million views a month, and out of that 2 million views, 1,500 people were subscribing a day. So you go figure how somebody goes from that to all of a sudden they won't let 50 to 100 people into a live. The math, it don't add up. I remember the day it happened though. I was looking at the analytics, and it was saying on the screen, it was saying it was only like 100 people in there. I went to the back door. I said, in the back door, it's saying we got 3,000 people watching this live. How are they getting 3,000 here, but you only showing 100 over here? And after that day, man, it was just bad. Like stuff was just going crazy. So, but I was playing videos and things that was pertinent to people's lives, man. It was exposing the tricks that people needed to avoid, the stuff that they were doing to people. It was, we got somebody up in China. What's up, Sky Watcher? We just shipped out some packages to some folks in China. I be wondering, because I know they do some stuff in China, man. They be really messing with y'all in China, man. I feel for folks in China. They got rules and regulations, man. Certain countries that we found out just from shipping, the packages, the bundles and stuff, man. They got stuff they don't let y'all have. It's crazy because they don't let you have healthy products. Like, y'all got to think about that, man. Like, they will screen you in certain countries. They won't let you have ivermectin and stuff. They won't let you have like Genesis and things like that. To some of the products that we give, I'm like, man, so it's like illegal, for y'all to have certain things that help y'all. Y'all know that, right? Like, it's illegal for one. Like, we talking about cancer today and the rise of cancer, but y'all know it's cures for well, I don't want to say, we won't say that word, but there's remedies. Okay, we have to talk code. There's remedies for, man, everything, man. Everything. What you'll come to find out, though, is that they do not exist in the pharmaceutical industry. You understand what y'all hear what I just said? The things that are going to make you well do not exist in the pharmaceutical industry. Now, they may prolong your life a little bit, but they ultimately are going to bring you down. They may suppress the symptoms, some of the stuff you're feeling, but for majority of what they're doing, man, is like we always talk about, is to take you out. Like, if the most evilest folks are behind the pharmaceutical in the hospitals, and we know that they are not human beings, and we know that they been putting stuff out there to harm us, why would they allow you to come there and get well? You understand what I mean? Why would they get you well? Like, people got to understand that. What's up, Lobo? What's going on, bro? It's good to see you. Man, good to see you. Got Massachusetts in the house. Yeah, Jazzy Jeff, talk about fasting, man. Hey, real important point to make real quick. Fasting, man, that is essential. Like, I know we do the detox and stuff like that, man, but you really want to hit these things with a double whammy. And I say double whammy, I say, hey, when you hitting them with the fasting, okay, you fast and stuff like that, that cleanses out your body too, man. It starves these things. So think about it. You starving these different organisms that's in your body that's deteriorating your health, that's eating you up from the inside. You starving them, but then after you starve them, boom, you just go throw a blanket of all kind of stuff on them that kills them, that destroys them. Then they start eating on the stuff like the DE parasite detox and stuff, the IV. They start eating on that stuff. So now you a starving organism, and all of a sudden you start eating stuff that's toxic that's gonna kill you. You see what I'm saying? So you want to hit them things, man, from all angles. Fasting is a big piece, man. If you have never did a fast, I encourage you to fast. Try to do a water fast, and I'm not talking about do fruit and vegetable fast, none of that. I'm talking about like a straight clean fast, because you got to understand, people do like bread fast and stuff. People don't understand also, like, bread yeast carry candida. That's very harmful to us, and people don't know that. So doing a fast away from breads, okay, because if you fast and you eating some bread or something, you still putting parasites, you feeding the parasites, you putting parasites in. Okay, you're doing fruit fast where you just eating fruit. People are like, oh, I just eat fruit in this fast. No, because that also carries parasites. So you still putting them in your system. You want to starve them things out, clean your system up completely. And the thing is, what ultimately happen, man, you're gonna go through some cycles and stuff like that, where you're gonna start feeling certain kind of ways, man. Your mind gonna start talking to you, telling you to eat this, eat that. It's gonna fight. You're gonna be fighting against. It's gonna be like an internal battle. A lot of times, man, that is parasitic energy, parasitic mind control stuff that they're doing to try to get you to go back to doing the stuff that you were doing so that they can survive. So what's not explained to us, man, is the level of control and the level of power that parasites have on us. So it's important to understand that, man. So you do the proper protocols. Like I said, do the fasting, do the detox. Like I tell everybody all the time, if you never detox in your life, I keep telling everybody this because this is vital. This is vital. Okay. Yes, people get sick. Yes, people are dying. People are dying at early age. People are unhealthy. Understand this. The true medical professionals know exactly why this is happening to people. What you get at the end of the day is failed kidneys and different cancers and dementias and things like that, and mind deteriorating diseases, MS and Parkinson's and lupus and all these different things. But it all starts from you not killing the things that's in your system that is doing this stuff to your system. Okay. Hypertension and stuff, heart attacks, strokes. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Okay. Like we was just talking about why people have problems with their memory. You understand? Like your memory, you have people having strokes and people shaking and stuff like this. That's nerve damage, man. This people shaking, MS and all that kind of stuff, Parkinson's, this is nerve damage, man. People's nerves are damaged. If something, understand, something is eating at your brain for a long period of time, at some point, like I told y'all yesterday, at some point, it's like licking the center of licking a lollipop till you get to the center of the lollipop. At some point, you're gonna hit a nerve. You understand what I'm saying? Like at some point, those things are gonna hit a nerve, and those are gonna start causing nervous reactions. Okay, your neurological system is under attack. Okay, it's important to understand this stuff, man. And there's no better information about your health that you're gonna find other than addressing the parasitic aspect. And most people don't know and they don't find out. You think about how many people die of all these different ailments and they never even knew that they had freaking parasites in them. And the freaking medical professionals, they purposely hid the information from us, so you can't do nothing about it. So I tell everybody, man, if you never detox, you should do it at least once a year, but you should be doing like a lot of medical professionals that I know now that I've come familiar with and I kind of follow. They recommend doing like cycles, like throughout a year, like 2 or 3 times a year. Kill the parasites. Wait, the eggs gonna hatch. Boom, kill more parasites. Keep cleaning your system. Keep cleaning your system because we constantly putting this stuff in our system. No different from the fluoride. Okay, no different from that in the water we drinking. Making sure that we constantly addressing these issues so that they don't accumulate, right, and cause problems later on down in life. Being the best way to be is be proactive. Be proactive. Okay, so anywho, guys, I wanted to pull up some stuff. What's up? No deceit in my spirit. I want to pull up and just go over some stuff, man. Just a thumbs up, man, for everybody that can, because I know we on YouTube. I don't think we on Rumble and YouTube, so we don't get everybody to be able to do the same thing. But if you know somebody that has cancer or has died of cancer in just like the last 2-3 years, man, put a thumbs up or just type a C. Out of everybody we got in here right now, just type a C or put a thumbs up. I just want to see what that's looking like. If you have 2 or 3 people, I put 2 or 3 C's. And I just want to tell y'all, man, you know, kind of what I've seen, and then we will go over a couple statistics real quick. I am going to put the the link in the chat, man, for anybody that wants to come in and talk about an experience or something they saw from a family member, a friend, a loved one, or some situation they know of that's related to the rise in cancers and whatnot, because I think that's important. So we, like the thing that we miss out on is people don't much get to talk or see, what to expect. And it's not put out on the news. People don't, they don't want you talking about it. So we can't converse about it. So it's like out of sight, out of mind. Like all these people dying, but as long as we don't say nothing about it, don't nobody know, because that person died over there. That's their family. They died over there, and ain't nobody like coming together, like, yo, putting together the information. That's why they made sure they hit VAERS the way they did. Say, oh, they started snatching stuff off of VAERS, which was crazy. Like, man, when you look at the big scheme of things and look at the different tactics that they deployed, the different stuff that they did to make sure that people don't know that, hey, that stuff is dangerous. You see what I mean? Like, they went out their way to make sure that you did not know that this thing could kill you. So they hid the information. I was on there because I'm doing the research for y'all, and I'm seeing like the reports I looked at the day before. I'm looking at it and I'm like, hold on, man. Yesterday it said this person died of boom, boom, boom. Today the report is gone. And in other reports, this person had died from this and that. Next day they say, oh, they just got a stomach ache. Like, how you changing the reports? You know what I'm saying? Like, they changing it because they know that will influence people. They know it's killing people, but they want to influence people to go and do it anyway. It's a dirty game, man. It's a dirty game, y'all. And it's important, like, for us, because we don't, when like most people, what they're gonna do, they're gonna Google, right? They're gonna Google, okay, let me see how many, and Google is ran by who. And then they got that information up there that they're changing. So nobody really knows what's really going on. Now, what y'all remember is we used to be able to go to DuckDuckGo. Y'all remember DuckDuckGo was a key piece in this fight, and they took that down. They made it so people could not go on DuckDuckGo. But no, what they did, they started messing with the information on DuckDuckGo. You used to go on DuckDuckGo, man, get all the information, like everything that was hidden and stuff. And they started to mess with DuckDuckGo. That was your only true source to really get true information. So they took it upon themselves to make sure that DuckDuckGo went down. So now you can't even, you can't go on the DuckDuckGo and get true information. Like, they erase, they suppress. Man, it's terrible. So, I mean, you look at it from a standpoint of me, like, as being a independent journalist or whatnot that's been digging up this information. Yeah, I got files and files of different things, documents and videos and content and stuff that I have. But if you just like somebody that's trying to understand what's going on, and your first move is to go to Google, and you go to Yahoo, you go to MSN News, like, you go into these different sources, these different search engines, you're going to find what they want you to find. You understand what I mean? You're going to find, and you're going to be, that is the new information. Like, that is the new way of influencing people, controlling people's minds. We're going to tell you a lie, and you're going to believe it because it's on our platform that you search for information. You ever notice, like, when you ask somebody something, or you ask somebody something, and they don't know what the first thing they do? Let me Google it. Let me Google it. Let me Google it. You see what I'm saying? So you could tell people, hey, man, it's over 1,000 people dying in our city a day from cancer. What they gonna do? Let me Google it. Let me Google it. And they Google it, and they get these fabricated results, and then what they gonna say? Oh, people, it'll say something like, if you did not take the walk, you have a strong chance of dying from cancer. So people like, oh, see, these people that ain't take the walk. Oh, man, it's a dirty game, y'all. It's a dirty game. I'll try to tell y'all, man. Let me see. I was trying to get we got a participant. Wait, Mario. I'm going to pull Mario in. We're going to talk to him real quick. I just put the link up on the screen, guys. I'm about to put a link again. Understand? Yeah, Queen, it's a little late to be starting. Like, yeah. We the rabbit hole was so deep, man. I got on phone with somebody the other day, man. I started to tell them what was going on. I said, you know what? I don't feel like it. I don't feel like it, man. I'm sorry. I just don't. I've been doing this too long, man. I don't have the same patience, man. Like these people, y'all gotta understand these people, man, been lost for so long. Like, think about it, man. Think about all the people you try to talk to and you try to tell, and they went and did it, and then like for the last several years, they just been completely lost, completely like controlled, and then they want to come back to you 3 years later, like, what was you saying about don't take this and that? And you said they was doing messing with you, like, man, hey, we was right there. We was right there in 2019, 20. It's 4 years later. Like, you a little late to be coming in asking questions. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm gonna do the live chat. Mario, hang on, brother. I want to put this in so people know we doing this. You know, I'm coming in live now. We're gonna be doing this more often, but I want to put this in so people know that's on the YouTube right there. I'm gonna put it up in Rumble as well, and then we gonna bring Mario in and rap with him. Let me change one more thing because it's live. I know they got my old thing up, man, for the live. I'll be like, why do they have that up there? That ain't it. We don't want that like that. Hold on, guys. Let me see if I can get one that looks better. Oh, that's cool. Okay. All right, so we live. Y'all see, anytime y'all see me post a thumbnail like that, we live either on YouTube and Rumble, or you gonna be able to say, hey, he probably live on Rumble. So we're gonna be doing more of this, man. We're gonna be conversing. I'm gonna allow y'all to come on, man. I know some of y'all be nervous and stuff, man. Don't be nervous. Ain't nobody in the studio but me and you. You know, ain't nobody gonna say nothing. Ain't nobody gonna act no kind of way about you being in the studio talking, man, telling what you experienced, what you're going through. I want to hear from everybody, man. I want to give everybody an opportunity to speak openly about what they seen, what they experienced. Like, we had the guy yesterday came on, man, Nap. He came on and he told us, like, and I appreciate him for coming on, telling us, because if y'all notice, a lot of people that took the walk, they don't want to talk about it. Okay. It's unfortunate for a brother like Nap that he was kind of strong on to it, because you got people that's in the military and stuff, man. And I always said that I thought it was messed up, even for the military, because they make them take like everything. Y'all notice that? Like, me with my background in law enforcement, I had to take the tetanus shot. I remember when I got in, they made me take that thing like 3 times in less than it was like a year. It was like a year, 3 times in a year, man. I was like, and that's when I started having thoughts. I'm like, man, why I got to take this tetanus shot all of a sudden? And then they was like, oh, because you need to take it again because your birthday passed or something. I was like, but I just took that thing a couple weeks ago. Yeah, well, you got to take it again. I'm like, man, I don't understand what it was or why they came at me like that, but they had me take the dang tetanus. And I had to, because I was in law enforcement. And then it was like some kind of protocol. Now, mind you, before I was in law enforcement, I didn't have to do that. So as a law enforcement officer, you had to do something that, you know, that was somewhat invasive. Like, wow, who cares so much about a tetanus shot at this point? But I had to end up taking it 3 times for some stupid reasons, man. I don't even know. I don't know if I was targeted at the time, if they was trying to do something to me, because I wasn't even as inclined as I am today. But, you know, like I said, people in the military, they were forced to. Some of them had pensions and things and GI bills and stuff that was on the line, and they had to just totally disregard that stuff, man, and walk away. That's tough to do, man. That's tough to do when your whole life is kind of centered around your career. And it was hard to see, man, people having to go through that. And let me see. It's hard to do that, man, when your whole life is centered around that, and all of a sudden you gotta give it up and try to conform to mainstream society and the stuff that they trying to force you to do. So let me see. Nap, I had you in here, man. Look like you disappeared. Not Nap, but Mario. So Mario, if you could come back, man, we could pull you on in. Let me see something real quick. But either way, I'll push this in here. We got our folks in here. Guys, that's the link. That is the link. So yeah, man, I feel for you guys, man. And y'all know me. Like, I talk about what happened, but I also understand there's people that was strong armed and kind of forced to do, you know, what they did. They did it for whatever, they had their own personal reasons. It's a decision that you had to make on your own. And today a lot is coming out about it, and it does not, you know, it's not encouraging. I understand it's not something that people want to hear. But it's the reality of what we in. Okay, it's the reality of what we in. So for the people, and somebody came on, man, and said something to me. They said something on one of my posts and was like, Nick, you've been you not right about nothing. You told people they could reverse the walk. I said, the hell I did. I ain't never told nobody they could do that. I ain't never told nobody that. I tell you what I have said. I said you can slow down the effects of it. You can kind of help to alleviate some of the symptoms and things, some of the effects that you've had, some of the side effects. But as far as my understanding, you can't. Now I've heard rumors. I will say this: I've heard rumors that there's things that may affect, be able to get it out your system. I've heard rumors, but that has not been confirmed. Okay, so make no mistake about it. That's not something that I'm pushing. I would like to, guys. Just like I got the stuff for we got the stuff for the mask and the test and stuff that they put in us, all that stuff. I got stuff for that, and that's why we have that available. Okay, the chemtrails and stuff they spray, yeah, we deal with that. Okay, we deal with stuff in the food, the water, the air. Okay, we deal with that, the fibers that they spraying down. We deal with that. I have that stuff available because we know how to deal with that. We know that stuff works. Far as the walk, no, I don't know of a specific remedy that's going to fix nobody. If I knew, then we would have it. Okay, we would have it. We deal with other things, man. That's what we're gonna continue to do. As soon, believe it, as soon as it's available, something that's gonna knock that thing out. If it becomes a point that it do, then we'll go there. We'll deal with it. But in the meantime, we don't. So no, I'm not pushing saying, yeah, we can fix that, man. No, I'm not saying that. I wish we could, because I got a lot of family members and loved ones that's messed up right now, man. I hate to tell y'all, man. I got family members with cancers, diabetes, heart problems, man. These young folks, man. MS, like these are young folks, and that's why we're talking about it today, rising cancer and stuff like that. Like I said, guys, I put the link in. We got somebody else's naughty. No sight my spirit. I don't know. I saw you on the chat, but I don't know. It's I can't tell what your name is. So I just put you in, accept it. Let me see. Make sure you on a device that allows you to connect. All right. And I'm gonna bring you in. As soon as you pop back up, you should be able to come in. And we're gonna go over some statistics here, man, to kind of what's been happening, man. I'll look at it. Yeah, Nige. Yeah, man, think about it. You are pure blood if you didn't take the walk. Like, you guys understand, they've been organ harvesting, they've been taking people blood. Like, if you got certain blood types, man, they know all that stuff. You running around here with pure untainted blood. You understand what I mean? You, like, your kids and stuff, like all of that stuff, like, you are a prize to be held at this point. Understand that. You are pure blood. Like, they trying to, like, what are we finding in the blood, man? You finding these devices, you finding these certain organisms and things, man. Hardware, you got people with MAC addresses, all kind of crap going on. So of course you're gonna want blood from somebody that's pure, especially the people that know this stuff and didn't take it. They trying to make this race of hypoborgenesis and all that crap. Okay, but it just said you was approved, man. Go back in. Let me see. Required approval. Go back in, and I'm gonna pull you back again. But you should be able to come in. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring you back in. And I got the. If you haven't, man, I put the link up in YouTube. Anybody from YouTube gonna come on live? We love to have you. Love to hear what you got to say. I just put the link up again. Y'all stop being shy. People be so nervous, man. I get it, but look, man. Yeah, look, we live and direct, man. You talking the net, you talking about whatever you got going on or whatever you might know, and ain't nobody gonna judge you about that. Okay, so I got you, man. You gonna unmute your microphone. You should be live here.
Okay. So.
What's up, brother? What's going on? Yeah, we got you.
One thing I was trying to say is the medical industry, right, is false, because at one point they told me I had arthritis, right? This is what the medical industry told me. And when I had went to the doctors, I told them I was cutting grass, and they was like, okay, that vibrations is the reason why you got arthritis, right? But at the time I wasn't cutting grass. Think about that. But about the walk, I know so many people who died when they did get the walk, but I know we can't talk about the walk openly no more.
Right. But talk about the walk with, like you just said, by when you mentioned, I was talking code because they gonna come for it. If they hear certain things, it's a trigger word, and they got the AI bots that they'll pull the video. So please talk about in code like my brother here is doing right now.
I'm encoded. Now, I one thing I did notice about the walk, my stepdad, he had a heart operation, right? But he got the walk, right? The walk didn't complement his health, his heart operation, so he ended up dying not too soon after that. And then during the pandemic, my mom had 4 best friends. They all got the walk. All her best friends died within 3 months of getting the walk. I don't know what's going on, but I sort of was able to piece the puzzles together.
Yeah.
Now, but I got a pretty big following on YouTube, and I want people to hear what you saying, but what you saying, they not listening to you, so we kind of got to let those people perish. Or what you think?
Brother, I'll say this. Everybody ain't meant to. They always say people always say everybody's gonna go to heaven. No, everybody's gonna go to heaven.
I hate to hear that. I hate to hear
everybody say you go to heaven. Every time somebody die, they go to heaven. They go to heaven. That's not the case, man. It's not the case. Everybody ain't connected. Everybody ain't gonna get the message. Like right now, what I do, I'm witnessing. However you want to look at it, I'm witnessing the people, telling them about what's going on. You witnessing the people, explaining, and you very well, man, very well saved lives at this point. But everybody ain't been able to get your message. People tune you out. They tune you out, and then what ended up happening? They end up perishing because they did something that you could say, hey, God led you to tell them, to inform them, to witness to them about it. And if they don't get the message, they just couldn't receive it. So what ended up happening behind that? Probably because they was distracted to begin with. So we started talking about spirituality and vibrating low and being able to be spiritually connected. So you can hear from God. When somebody tell you something, you can say, you know what, that might have been God using that guy to talk to me, to tell me something that was important to my life, but they blocked it out. So if they perish behind that, you can't be at fault. You can't blame yourself or have a pity party for them, because that's on them at the end of the day that they blocked that stuff out. They weren't connected. You tried to connect them, but just didn't work out.
I like what you're saying too, but then just being real, we got a lot of families and friends that we love, and they pushing that agenda on me, and sometimes my energy getting lower just from being around those people.
Yeah, that's a real thing, man. Talking to your family members and folks, man, that you love, it's hard sometimes because they don't get it, and so they look at you a certain kind of way, and they might talk bad about you, they might, frown upon the conversation that y'all having and feel like, oh, he's delusional and stuff like that. So it takes your energy away from you and makes you feel like you unimportant, or you like you might be losing it or something. Like, you can't talk to 20 family members and they all coming at you like, this nigga, he tripping, this boy. You got to be around like-minded folks, man, that at least be able to understand and comprehend the message of information that you're giving.
But what you're saying is true, because everybody think I'm not losing it. I understand. And one thing I would say is, I know you were saying we could beat the chemtrails. I think that's kind of impossible.
If you want to look at it like that, but like I said, it's around the clock stuff you got to be doing, because they coming every day. They coming every day with the spray. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no different from roaches getting sprayed with Raid. You spray them things enough times that at some point they gonna die, right? So if they coming around with this stuff they dropping on us, at some point you're gonna die. We're not meant to die at 70 years old. We're not meant to die at 80, 90, 100 years old. We're supposed to live a lot longer. And like I told people, they got to the point where people accept death at an earlier age because the programming is that 70 is good years. They said that. So we accept it.
Somebody, and the human body is so resilient. You know how much pressure and bad things I put my body under. I ain't died yet, so the body is live for a very long time.
Well, it's built to repair itself. The body repairs itself. The immune system repairs itself. The stuff that's in our system is supposed to fight diseases and stuff, but it goes back to the information I was putting out about a couple of weeks ago. We was talking about GC math. You know about that? They put some stuff in our system. I don't want to say it online because I'm afraid that they'll probably come for the video. But they put some stuff in our system. You say what now?
No, I said coded. Maybe I could pick up on it.
It starts with an N. It ends with E's. Okay, but they put it in our system and it destroys the GC map that our body naturally produces, and so that makes it so that we are susceptible to all kinds of what they call as uncurable diseases. Okay, so that brings us to a point where we can be pretty much immortal, or mortal rather, to where they can take us out when they want to. So 70, 80 years, that seems normal. But if we didn't have this certain stuff in our system, we would live a lot longer. And that also goes hand in hand with what they put in as far as the pineal gland.
We will almost never die. But I was working in a place called Procter and Gamble, right? And then one thing, what I figured out is, like, we didn't know tissue, how many chemicals goes into making tissue. Did you know that?
Say that again now.
I was working in a place called Procter and Gamble, right?
Okay.
We don't know how many harmful chemicals they put into making tissue, but I seen it up front. Like, I believe they got us covered on all ends. Even if you try to like save yourself on this side, they got something else that they coming at you with.
Yeah. It's a constant battle, and like we talk about, they hitting us from every angle. The air, the water, the medicine. So they poison you with the air and stuff, and then you go to the hospital for what they put in you, and then they give you something else in you that's gonna make you worse. That's what it is. People are like, well, I wonder why I'm sick. You just don't come up sick and have ailments like diseases, man. They did some stuff to you that sent you to the hospital, and then they did some more stuff to you. And it goes back to the video that I played at the beginning of my video. They say, we're going to make them sick. We're going to give them poison. And then when they come to us for help, we're going to give them more poison. That's simple.
I know. I know what's going on. But some of us, like, to be honest, we got vices and we normal people. So, those people, they eat Burger King every day and they watch your channel and things of that nature. Unless you're so clean, you can't beat this system. This is a machine.
It is.
Agree.
It's a DEP OP system. That's what it is. It's to make sure that people keep on leaving here around the clock on the schedule. Like
But
that.
I'm not gonna stay too long. But look, I got a channel, right?
Uh-huh.
And I hope you could come on my channel and tell the rest of the people what you know.
Yeah, that would be good, man. You will have to I would say, what's your contact? I'm gonna write it down and I'm gonna get with you.
It's no deceit in my spirit at iCloud.com. And
No,
I got no deceit in my spirit. And I got a YouTube channel. I think it's like at 198,000 subscribers, you know, but I be watching your channel, but I would never tell my subscribers to watch you, because if they watch you, they not gonna hear what you're saying. They gonna think you crazy and I'm crazy.
You said no deceit in my spirit.
No deceit in my spirit, but I watch you all the time. But I can't tell my mind what you saying. I can't. I can't be like this channel. Man, what's wrong with you?
So what does your subscribers believe?
I don't know. I think they just believe like something is wrong with what's going on here, and the government is playing tricks, and we all being played. That's the general realization of my page and what's going on. But that's what I know. I was in the military, you know. I know a lot of things I wouldn't say that I knew.
Mm-hmm. Well, you can't. You gotta watch what you say, especially when coming from a military background. They can get you in some real trouble. That I do know.
I had arthritis, and I healed myself from having arthritis.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I don't think I could put that information out there without getting in some sort of trouble, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, well, I'll put it out there. Genesis is one of the ways to deal with that. Well, we're not going to get into depth about it, but there's other remedies as well. But the Genesis is one of the ways. But yeah, they don't want you to fix yourself for that either.
No. But then when we're talking to people, I don't know whether I'm tripping, but sometimes I think it's no help. Like a lot of times I share your videos and I give it to people, and I know you know what you're talking about, but they're not receiving what you're saying. But I was thinking maybe if you could come on my channel, and I ain't even gotta be there. You can just come on there and talk to them and like let them get the message, huh? Yeah. Or maybe they hit.
You know what? I'll do that. We'll talk about it, but you know, it comes down to like a lot of these people have been brainwashed. You know that. You know, they brainwashed a lot of them. The fluoridation has hit them, man. Majority of the world. So you say 198,000 subscribers. It probably maybe 5% of them might actually be, you know, mentally capable of receiving the information. Most of them not. You know, that's by design. That's how the whole world's makeup is right now. Only 5% might be understanding what's really happening out here.
And then one thing I want to say is, earlier I was telling you my mom, I forget, she had 4 or 5 friends, right? They all got the walk, right?
Yeah.
Within 3 months, all of them died. I'm not saying the walk killed them.
You ain't saying that. What are we saying? What are we saying?
But they was living forever. You know? Yeah. So maybe, well, you know what? We're gonna find out in the years coming that the walk does have adverse effects, right?
Hey, we're gonna find out a lot more than that.
But since you're not a medical doctor and I'm not a medical doctor, ain't nobody really gonna listen to us and take us serious.
We don't have a white coat. I'm not. I tell people all the time, hey, I'm not an expert. But I done told people stuff that the experts ain't gonna tell them that's gonna keep them alive. You know,
exactly.
The experts ain't trained. They're not trained to be experts in keeping you alive. They experts in disguising the lies that they're telling. That's all. That's the only expert they are.
One thing I be thinking when I be watching your channel, I always think like maybe your message is not reaching enough people. But you know, I watch it and I believe everybody need to hear what you're saying, but I don't know YouTube. You know, they shadow ban people, and I know your page is shadow banned and things of that nature. But how you gonna say the people when you shadow ban unless you maybe go through other avenues to get your
other
message.
avenues, which is good because, like I said, shoot, I've created new channels and they grew so quickly, and then that YouTube just snatched the whole channel. You know, I had another channel grew to 20K subscribers in a month and a half. It was just going, and YouTube just came and snatched the whole channel. It's like, nope, not gonna let you do that, not again. So, and ever since I've been capped on my channel, so I can't get over 52,000 K on my main channel. They won't let me.
You remember during the pandemic, and this is a real thing I looked up myself, how many holistic doctors was dying?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They started taking them out. Yeah. You saw that, though, huh?
They'll come get you.
Yeah, they're going to come get you. If you telling people how to live, hey, you are breaking the law. You are breaking the law.
You remember how many holistic doctors died during the pandemic?
Yeah. Or got shut down and removed. They will take all of them out. That's why people don't understand. That's why they took Dr. Sebi out when he did. You have to look at the timing of that. Dr. Sebi was like the biggest, well-known holistic doctor that we had. And they took him out right before they hit everybody with the crap.
Check this out. You know how I beat my arthritis?
What's that?
I listened to what Dr. Sebi said. I went to the doctor 6 months ago, right? Well, this was like when Dr. Sebi was living, and they said I had arthritis, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like, okay, I'll be back. And when I came back, they was like, you don't got arthritis. Then you know it's the only thing I did. I just ate what Dr. Sebi said they ate and took all his herbs.
Yeah. But see,
that's why.
See, that's the problem though, because if they won't even ask you like, well, what did you do? They won't take your protocol and use it to help other people, because then you got people living too long, and also you putting them out of business as far as the money that they circling up through there. So
you know what? When I didn't have arthritis no more, the one thing they didn't ask me was how did I get rid of it?
Right.
Isn't it?
They didn't care.
No, that's strange. That's strange. I got the little diagnosis, and I came back. My hands used to be, but you know what? It was one thing too. I noticed, like cell phones, like some cell phones we have in other states, it's illegal in California. Did anybody know that?
No, I didn't know about that.
Some devices we got, if you look up, it'd be like it's a CA law. You can't buy this phone in California.
Really? Why? What is the reason? What is the justification behind that?
I think California has stricter laws. Like I was on Walmart.com, and it said in California you can't buy this phone. So I clicked on it, right? And then I clicked on a link. It said this phone was known to cause cancer. But California is the only place that has those strict laws.
That's weird. I would like to know more about that particular phone and see what significance.
But that's like that in another country. Some of the stuff we sell here, you can't sell that in Europe.
Yeah, here's what I was talking about. The products that's in the detox shop, like that stuff is illegal in some countries. Like we've shipped stuff to some countries, man, and they have rejected. They have taken that stuff into customs, and it never came out. Unfortunately for some people, because some of that stuff they know that it's gonna help people, and then the word starts getting around, and now all of a sudden you got all these people getting well and remedies and stuff, and now you got people living too long, and that's not what they're trying to do.
I did one study. I did, right?
Mm-hmm.
I said, find me a real black seed oil. I said, no one can find real black seed oil. It's impossible.
Real black seed oil, huh?
When you get black seed oil, it says black seed Cummins, CUMMIN.
Yeah, it do. I know. I've used it. Yeah.
Black seed and black seed Cummins. Did people know that?
Two different things.
Did you know that?
No, I did not.
Look it up. Black seed and black seed Cummins is two different plants. That's how they trick you sometimes.
Interesting. Yeah, see, I didn't know that.
I told my friend, he came to work, right? I was like, man, if you can find real black seed oil, I was like, man, I'll give you $1,000 right now. So he came to me and he bought some black seed, right?
Yeah.
And you see it says black seed coming. Black seed coming and black seed is two different things. When you get off the phone, look it up.
I'm gonna do that. The black seed coming is the fake stuff, huh?
That's the right. It's something called black seed, and it's black seed coming. You cannot find black seed.
Yeah, they do that. They play with words and use that to disguise things, man, and make you think you're getting the real thing and stuff like that. That's all they do, man. It's a bunch of games that they've facilitated on us for centuries, man, decades. They've been doing this stuff. And those that don't pay attention, man, they don't ever find out the truth. So
that's what Dr. Sebi was saying. He said I had to fly to different states to find, those herbs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes the herbs we buy, sometimes they not as authentic.
Right. It makes sense because they tank, like I did a video on that before. We was talking about GMO and this organic stuff. They say, oh, this organic and stuff, man. And most of the time it's not. They tell you that, but it's really not. And they tell you that to deceive you specifically.
How can you have GMO corn and corn isn't organic? Mm-hmm. But it'll say corn is a hybrid. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Corn is a hybrid, but they'll put organic corn. You can't get any organic. It's a hybrid.
Right. Makes sense. It makes sense. Wow. I didn't know that.
I've been knee deep in this.
Yeah.
But I ain't gonna hold you long. But hit my email, my G, so you could come on the channel. I just want you to come on the channel enlightening the people, and whoever receive it, they receive it.
Yeah, that's what's got to be. Whoever's able to receive the message, they will receive the message. Those that can't, man, they won't, and they ain't. It's just what it is. I got you down here. No deceit in my spirit at Gmail. That's what.
No, at iCloud.com.
At iCloud. Okay.
Definitely hit my channel because I've been watching you for a long time, and I know most of my subscribers ain't gonna receive you, but whoever gets you, they get you.
Yeah, that'd be good.
We'll go from there.
All right, brother. I appreciate you coming on, man, and shedding light on some things, man. Definitely, because that's the type of stuff we want to hear about. 3-4 people dying in less than 3 months. Your mom's people.
My mom, I'm telling you, my mom had these best. My mom's 78, right? All her best friends died during the pandemic. But you know what they all got?
What?
The walk. Her husband died. So everybody I love died during the pandemic.
Really?
They'll say it's for another reason.
Yeah.
We haven't did that many studies on that vaccine to know whether that vaccine is okay to give to my dog.
Right. To the dog. Hey, dog, they skip the animal trials, man. We the animals, though. Y'all, you know that, right? We the animals. Those that run this.
Hold on. I'm gonna say one thing. You know what the elites do to us?
What's that?
Test all that up. They test all these things on us, and once they done testing on us, they throw it away. We just little test. Did you know we was test animals?
Yeah, I know it.
What you gonna think? What you think they gonna do when they done testing everything? Do they need us anymore?
No, they don't, and they know what the stuff does. It's not a test. They might call it that. They know exactly what to do. They just got to put them out there.
You best believe Queen Elizabeth ain't getting the vaccine because it's not enough information to support getting the vaccine.
Right. She wasn't there. No, you ain't. No.
But you gonna give us the vaccine,
Right.
That's what. So, hey, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you get back to the live. But I appreciate you, my G, and keep pushing the message.
I will do that. I'm gonna be in touch, though. All right, bro.
100.
All right. Be safe.
Be safe.
So yeah, guys. That was No Deceit in My Soul. I don't know what his real name is, but we'll take that right now. I'm gonna end up contacting him, bro. I appreciate you coming on. Man, he gave a testimony regarding what happened with, you know, his moms and her friends, man, which I think that story is all too common. It's all too common. It's overlooked. Like I was just telling y'all, I got a whole host of family members and friends that have got all kind of stuff going on. And I'm certainly sure that you guys have some of the same stuff that you probably been experiencing with your family members and friends, whether they've told you or whether you just acknowledge. And I tell people all the time, man, a lot of stuff that people going through, they're not going to come out and say nothing. They're not going to feel comfortable saying nothing because some of them have, you know, it could be pride, it could be fear of judgment. You know, people have resentment, people have regret. It's a lot of things, man. But we not here to really go in on people that had to make those decisions. And I want y'all to understand that, you know, and I'm telling you as Net Most Wanted that is not my intent to talk down on anybody or make somebody feel bad or for anybody to look at themselves as less than because they did that. People did it for different reasons. And I point out all the time, just like I told y'all in the last video where Dr. Buttar was on there and he was like, man, these people, you know, I try to warn them and, you know, I don't care whatever happens. He was saying this, that, and other. And a lot of that is just, you know, frustration. It's frustration. I done been frustrated trying to talk to people. Y'all done been frustrated trying to talk to people. You tried to stop your family members. You said something to them about what you thought or what you knew that they were doing with it. And at the end of the day, they shunned you. You know, they talk bad about you. They act like you didn't know what you was talking about, and they ran and did it. And people have family members that have died after they shunned the person that was trying to warn them. Okay, remember the saying or the phrase, don't shoot the messenger. You know, don't kill the messenger. But what they did by not accepting the messenger, they end up killing themselves. So our guy we was just talking to, No Deceit, was saying like how he got all these people that don't want to listen or they can't listen. I did a whole video on being touched and getting the signal. And I also showed you Max Spears and how he's talked about that before, that people that were able to get the signal would know and would avoid mass extinctions, mass wipeouts, and things of that nature. Okay. So you got to understand, everybody ain't meant to get the message. Not right now. And if you believe like I believe, these people going to have another run. Okay. But they're not going to make it out on this go around, if you know what I mean. All right. So anyway, we was talking about the rise in cancer, and I wanted to pull up some statistics real quick, man, for us to look at. Guy Edward Dowd, I always follow a lot of what he's put out, man. He put out some real good information as it pertains to, you know, the walk and everything and how it's affected people, man. So I want to look at some graphs and stuff like that. Let me see here. I don't want to do that. Close this. Okay, this is a graph. Let me pull this up, man, real quick. Okay. This is deaths per 1,000. This is just showing excess deaths. This one excess death for 100,000. And it's going to put stuff in perspective from that. We'll look at it real quick. Let me see here. Boom. Start screen share. Presentation screen number 1. Okay, allow. Let's do that. All right, so let's take a look real quick. Let's see. Are y'all able to see that? Let me see. Let me know if y'all seeing it. All right. So this is a report coming straight out of the CD, you know who. But it's showing it's the age group we looking at here. Look at these rates, man. Look at the rates of death per 100,000. Okay, this is coming straight from the CDC, and it's talking about basically the excess deaths for this particular age group. Okay, now this will tie in with cancer. We're gonna get to it, but what you gotta look at, man, is pay attention to how it was low. Look how low it was initially. You see what I'm saying? And then right here, 2019, it just starts this increase that's constantly still going up. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I went to college. I did statistics and stuff, and I understand skews and stuff like that. But I think what you get right here is a pattern, and it's trending. You ever mess with stocks and stuff like that, and you had to read graphs or you did Forex or something, you kind of understand patterns. You understand what to expect, and that's how you're able to make money and stuff in the stock market. Very similar situation here. If I was a betting man, which I am, I would bet that 2023 and 24, this is going to continue to rise at this rate. Now, the significance with that we have to look at is, when did they say that we were going to have the DPOP? What was the dates on that, if y'all remember? I might play a little video real quick. I might play a video real quick to indicate. Let me see if I can get it up real quick, y'all. Boom. So we can look at it and see exactly what was said about the time. So you look at that trend right there. Then let's go play this video real quick. I think that'll put some stuff in perspective. Hold on. Here we go. Recording. Video recorder. Here we go. All right. I got it.
It gets to the big question.
Let me fast forward it real quick.
Truth. If we cannot ask for the truth, we must demand the truth. We must take it before courts of law and common law systems, and we must demand it. If we cannot do this, our founding fathers told us the only thing left is to overthrow, to get the parasites out. I don't advocate overthrow, but it does look like this may be the only alternative. Now, I'm going to casually mention to you something that's very scary indeed, and tell you what the alien agenda is. It's going to sound very familiar. The alien agenda is the complete takeover of this planet, the killing off of 5, 6 to 7 eighths of the world's population by the year 2029. The U.S. military has known about this for 45 years. They've told no one. As far as I know, I'm the only person standing before a crowd talking about the alien agenda. The military has known about this for 5, 6 to 7 eighths of the world's population by the year 2029. The U.S. military has known about this for 45 years. They've told no one.
So, go back to the chart. 2020, look at the rise. So you see now, you can really kind of tell where this is going at this rate. And look at the age group though, 15 to 44, right? If I was a bet man, I would say we're gonna likely have a war in the next 3 years. I would say we're gonna have a war. And the reason I say that, because that's gonna require a lot of men. Did y'all notice that they were raising the draft age? Did anybody pay attention to that? Anybody know that they were raising the draft age to where you can be drafted at an older age now? How convenient, right? They can raise the draft age and start making people at an older age go to war. Now, significantly enough, you know that they run the wars and they make wars, and then they make people go in there and slaughter each other all up, right? Knocking out large groups of men. It's been men or young boys at childbearing or their most fertile ages, where they're likely to procreate more often. Okay, so you take out 100,000 men, guess what? You also probably took out about 50, 60,000 kids. Quiet as kept, right? So you got to understand that that's part of how they operate. But we go back to the graph, man. You look at and see, okay, well, dang, 2019, 2020, we just had a serious increase in deaths amongst the 15 to 44 years old. Another significance about that, if y'all remember, a lot was being said about insurance companies. Insurance companies was reporting that they had large increases, like a 40% rise in disabilities and things in the middle class. Okay, and these were people that have insurance. So if you have insurance, guess what? You working, right? You working somewhere, and you what else? You had to go take the walk, right? So all of a sudden you disabled. That's what's being reported. They're reporting the disabilities, but guess what? What about the people that just outright died? You know, just outright just saw Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, just all of a sudden. You see what I'm saying? So that ain't part of the report. That ain't part of the report. We looking at the people right here, 15 to 44. But just like my guy was on just a second ago, No Deceit, and he was saying how his mom had 5 friends, and they was right at 70, and they all took the walk to protect themselves. Remember, they didn't just take it to take, they took it to protect themselves. From what? From death. They took it to protect themselves from death. Did it protect them from death, or did it increase the chances? If she had 5 friends, I don't know how many friends she had, but to be that old and have 5 living friends, and that many of them died. I mean, I don't know if she had 10, 12 friends like that, but that's a lot of friends to be losing at one time, man, in a 3-4 month period. I'm just saying, hey, it could be more, it could be less. I don't know exactly how many friends she had, but that's a lot of friends to be losing. I know I lost some people right away, like right after they took it as well. And I think for most people, they lost at least somebody at this point. So I wanted to look at that graph. I'm gonna pull up another graph here because we was talking about, talking about the cancer. 100,000 USA, see multiple. Just 100,000. Hold on here. Cancer case paper. It's another video here.
$1 billion to 22 women. The women alleged the company's temp-based product.
Hold on, guys. Here we go. Where's my video at? Here we go. We're gonna look at these couple videos real quick.
Cancer is increasing in young people, and doctors are baffled. The American Cancer Society released a new report earlier this month. There are still overall lower cancer death people, and doctors are baffled. The American Cancer Society released a new report earlier this month. There are still overall lower cancer death rates. Over the past 30 years, the risk of dying from cancer has steadily declined, which we attribute to things like better detection, better screening, better treatments, including smoking. But there are increased new cancer diagnoses, especially in those under 50. In particular, among the 10 most common cancers, we are seeing more people diagnosed with breast, endometrial, prostate, pancreatic, kidney, and melanoma. We are seeing more people below the age of 55 diagnosed with colorectal cancer. Among adults below age 50, colorectal cancer is now the leading cause of cancer-related death in men and the second leading cause of cancer-related death in women, second only to breast cancer. We are seeing an increase in cervical cancer diagnosis in women ages 30 to 44. Below the age of 30, we're actually seeing a reduction in cervical cancer diagnosis because the HPV vaccine is working. 4 of these cancers that are increasing have screening tests: breast, prostate, cervical, and colorectal. So we need to make sure that we are doing our screening test. I think the really concerning thing about this report is the increased cancer, especially in young people, especially at ages below where our typical screenings start for those patients of average risk. And the fact that we really don't know why this is happening. The thought is it may be multifactorial, genetics may be playing a role, our environment may be playing a role, processed food probably isn't helping. Obesity may be a risk factor. 6 of the cancers on the rise have an association with obesity. Something's going on here, and it's definitely concerning. Cancer is increasing in young.
Okay. Gosh, notice what she said, though. Y'all trip off of that. She said they doctors are baffled. That always triggers me, man. Why are y'all so baffled? like I tell y'all all the time, man, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a scientist. I'm definitely not an expert, because I don't want to be an expert, because them folks is full of crap. I'm not an expert, man. And y'all, hey, quiet as kept, y'all not doctors, and y'all not scientists either. But you don't have to be a rocket scientist. You don't have to be a regular scientist to figure out what's going on here. Why does everybody keep saying, oh, we suddenly got a rise and increase? Well, what happened? It's like it's a process of elimination, man. And I'll tell y'all like this, man. Like I said, and it's crazy because this is how they operate. Like me per se, okay, I have a son that me and his mom don't see eye to eye. We haven't seen eye to eye because she's in the world. She's in doctor. Okay. I understood, like during the time through the pandemic and stuff, I understood what was going on, and I was able to start researching and figuring out some of the stuff as it pertained to walks and immunizations and schedules. And so by the time I finished my research, I had came to the conclusion that I was never going to take another walk of any kind. Okay. And I did not want anybody that I knew or anybody close to me to do it either. We were not on the same page. Needless to say, she went behind my back and she took my son to take the FLU walk. Okay. And the very next day after he had that, I remember I was in the kitchen and I was talking to him. He was like 2 years old, all right? And he literally just eyes rolled in the back of his head and he fell, boom, flat on his face. This is the very night after he took it. So, I'm into a panic. You in parent mode, right? I addressed this where I said, look, this just happened to him. He took this, that, and the other. She's like, oh, that wouldn't have happened, this, that, and the other. I'm like, okay. So, mind you, a week goes by. I had to go to an aunt's funeral. All right, who she died of MS. It's crazy. Now I know this stuff. I wish I knew some of the stuff I know now ahead of time because I feel like I could have helped her, But we went to the funeral and we was outside. Me and some of my family members, we were talking, and my son was out there, and he was just standing there talking. And all of a sudden, his eyes rolled in the back of his head, and boom, he fell flat on his face on the concrete. Just bam, So I panicked. I grabbed him up, ran into the little funeral place. We was at the reception or whatever at that time, or the repast, what they call the repast. And I told his mom that this was going on, and so we shot out, went to the nearest hospital. Went to the nearest hospital, and we like, yo, this is going on. Told them what happened, and you know what? The first thing they asked me, they like, well, what have you done? What have you given him? What has he done differently that would have caused this? What have you guys done? They kept on asking, well, what have y'all done? And I say, hey, I ain't done nothing. I said, we gave him y'all had him take that FLU. He took that, and the next night he fainted. He never has fainted in his lifetime, ever. But he did after that. And you know what they told me? Oh, it wouldn't be that. It wouldn't be that. That doesn't do that. No, that doesn't happen. That doesn't do like that. That would not happen. That's not a side effect that would happen. So what did you do? I said, well, I don't know. I mean, we changed up his Fruit Loops. He don't get as big a bowl as he used to get. Like, come on, doc. Like, don't play me like a fool. All right. I'm not stupid. Okay. So anyway, needless to say, left there. A couple weeks later, man, riding down the highway, look in the back seat. His eyes is in the back of his head. He's foaming from the mouth and he's not breathing. All right. This is my 2.5-year-old son at the time. Right. At that point, man, we went into a panic. Had to go into like resuscitation, trying to revive him. Okay. So you wonder how I get to a point where I'm so embedded and entrenched in this battle. This is something I experienced myself. All right. He's my son's not breathing. All right. Not breathing. No response. Body flailing. I'm pumping him, trying to get him back to life, his mom at the time, she was a registered nurse. She tried to do stuff, try to get him, like she's trying to bring him back to life. Okay, he's not responding. Eyes in the back of his head, body is limp. We don't have a pulse. All right. So naturally, as a parent, man, you go through something like this, right? You're gonna be in a panic mode. I flew down the highway. Needless to say, I flew down the highway. I don't know how many red lights I ran. I don't know. I just know that I got to the hospital in record time in the worst traffic hour that you probably ever seen in your life. Hey, I don't think I needed a jet. I don't think I needed a jet that day. I have experience driving fast, and that day it was very much needed, right? Got to the hospital, man, and the moment we pulled up at the hospital, he showed some signs of life, like he was still alive, which was wonderful. Showed signs of life. Ran the hospital, yelled out, "Hey, need some help, man. Y'all gonna have to get him." They ran out, grabbed him up, man, threw him on the bed, swung him into the room, and put him on these IVs, all this different stuff, man. And first thing they asked, what have y'all done? What have y'all done to him? They asking us that. What did you give him? What have you done? What has he done differently? I said, the only thing we did was give him the FLU that y'all had him get. His mom took him to do that behind my back. And here he is hanging on to life, right? And they saying, well, that wouldn't do that. It wouldn't have been that. Anything but that. That doesn't have that kind of effect on people. Mind you, I had already did the research. So I already knew that it does. So I knew he was full of crap. And I knew there was hundreds of thousands of kids that have died from this. Okay. So, and I already suspected that that's what was going on. And that's why I thought at that point, I thought he was literally dead. Thought he was dead, man. So I wanted y'all to understand that, man, because it goes back to why this girl sitting there talking about, oh, doctors are baffled. Think about when I pulled up with my son hanging on to dear life, the doctors were baffled. I was not baffled by what had happened to him. I knew exactly what happened to him because I knew what he did, and I knew right behind that it was a reaction. How come they can't understand and process this information? Why can't they agree and say, yeah, you know what, it probably was that. You know what, let's do some stuff to deal with that. And say, hey, I would recommend him not to ever take anything like that again. They won't do that, though. They gonna still encourage, they still gonna support it and push it no matter what. So for me, it became quite abundantly apparent that they were a part of the indoctrination and that they were not going to tell you what was wrong, and they were going to push something regardless if it meant you or your kid's life. And they had been doing that. Just because you stumble across something today don't mean it wasn't going on yesterday. You know, I was fortunate enough, my son did not pass, you know, and I thank God for that. But everybody ain't had that same outcome. Everybody's story ain't go that way. You understand what I mean? Like I read horror stories. There's plenty of articles and stuff about it. There's plenty of parents out there protesting and doing all this. And these kids had this happen. So you got to understand, when he had that, what they end up claiming, he had they call it a fever seizure. Okay. And it's related to having a neurological damage stuff done. So it's nerves. That's why the body tense up and all this kind of stuff. It's nerves. When you have seizures and stuff, man, it's nerves, pretty much. Neurological damage and stuff. This stuff that they put in, it causes this type of stuff, neurological damage. That's why people have autism and things like that, stuff that's happening to your neurological system. All right. It's all interrelated. They won't tell you that. They're going to keep that stuff a secret. But you always going to get the doctors are baffled. This lady talking about cancers is on the rise. Doctors are baffled. Younger people are coming out with Parkinson's and MS. Doctors are baffled. Like, why are y'all so baffled? Y'all supposed to be experts. How is it that people that ain't experts can figure out what's going on, make the connections, but y'all can't? Make no sense, right? Let's look at this other video real quick, man. I just wanted to share that story because I think it's important that people understand when people talk, they talk that crap about they don't know what happened, they don't know what's going on, or what did you do to them? What did we do? What the heck you mean, what did we do? Check it out, though. I'm going to play this other video real quick.
Here's a crazy medical statistic. We're finding colon cancer. Here's a crazy medical statistic. We're finding colon cancer in people who are in their 20s, 30s, and 40s now more than ever. I'm a board-certified gastroenterologist, so hit that follow button for more tips like this. I'm going to be posting tips on how to not only recognize the warning signs of colon cancer, but also tips on how to prevent it. This is something that you're just not going to want to miss. This is something that I see every single day. And part of being a gastroenterologist is being on the forefront of diagnosing this and preventing it. Comment down below for any questions you may have, and I'll try my best to answer them. Here's a crazy medical statistic. We're finding colon cancer in people who are in their 20s, 30s, and 40s now more than ever. I'm a board-certified gastroenterologist, so hit that follow button.
So he's reporting the same thing, man. A increase in cancer in young adults. What if young adults did differently, man, that would all of a sudden cause this systematic rise in cancer, period? Like, are you guys baffled? Are you guys baffled? Well, let's take a look at something here, man. We'll talk briefly. I think, and we still gotta tread lightly about what we say. So I'm not gonna go into great depth or great detail about this. I'm just going, because we are on YouTube too, and I have to maybe start looking at maybe doing just Rumble, man, because unfortunately, guys, we do have to deal with censorship on YouTube and stuff like that. And I just got over a strike. That's why we still running the 40% special right now, because I couldn't talk to people on my other channel. But what I will point out, man, is that if you remember, Dr. Carrie Majay, and it was another doctor, man. He's dead now, man. Guys, as crazy as it sounds, it's crazy when you actually hear that, right? Certain doctors are dead now, but it was a doctor that he put up a screen. He had long hair and whatnot, and he was talking about what they were finding in not only the walk, but in the actual valves, right? He was showing it, and he ended up dead, right? But they were finding a parasite, right? They were finding a parasite. I showed y'all the video when we talk about the invasion and stuff like that, and it was a parasite. You go back to the movie The Faculty, Parasite, right? Go back to the Omicron movie. Then we got the Omicron virus, right? Parasite. Okay. They put it right in your face. I've showed you videos so you can understand the relationship between predictive programming and the crap that they do to us and the stuff that they put in the movies. Okay. But they were talking in these movies, and these movies are always going back to some kind of parasitic injection, right? What have we identified? Like, you talk about MS, and I show you Dr. Artist and Dr. Lee Merritt. I don't think I can play. I would play it, but some of y'all seen it, but I would play it on the video, but I'm afraid it will get the video taken down. So I'm not going to play it, but we're just going to talk about it. They found that 100% of MS patients had live parasites in their spinal fluid and also on the brain. Okay. Like I told you guys, I have people I know right now that have been diagnosed with MS as was recently. So it's not just like, think about this. If you have MS they found a parasite. 100% of the people have parasites on the brain and in the spinal fluid. So where did the parasite come from? Why are people at a younger age coming down with this stuff, MS and stuff, which we noticed that recognize that to be parasitic? What have we also been finding about cancer? Look up the Rife machine when you get a chance, guys. I don't know how much I can play on that. You look up the Rife machine, the inventor, the scientist that created the Rife machine, man, he had came up with a certain hearse that they would hit the body with that directly targeted parasites. People don't know that. But you notice that Rife machine never hit the market. Why? Because it 100% worked and ridded people of cancer. Okay, so all of a sudden we got a rise in younger people. Think about it, younger people coming down with cancer. Well, why are younger people coming down with cancer? Well, younger people just got injected with a parasite. Okay, now interesting enough, guys, and what we have to understand, and I talk about this parasite, it's not so much the parasite, and I want you to understand the difference. I'm gonna break it down for you real quick. Like I said, guys, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist, I'm not an expert. I'm just your neighborhood YouTube journalist. But I'm gonna tell y'all this, okay? When parasites, when they feed, they eat on things, right? They eat on things. So what do you get when something's eating on something? Okay, you're gonna get pain. Okay, if it's eating on your brain, you're gonna get headaches and stuff. If it's moving around on your brain, you get headaches and stuff. You're gonna have holes and stuff, which they call lesions. Let's be real. If a worm is digging a hole in the ground, it's just a hole. But if a worm is digging a hole in your brain, do they ever say you have a hole in your brain? No. Listen, am I making sense, guys? So when you got something digging a hole in your brain, guess what? You have a lesion. You see, they've changed the name so you can't understand what's going on. Not only that, like I tell you, when they lay an egg or something on your brain, guess what they say? You have a cyst or you have a tumor on the brain. Well, where the heck did that come from? It ain't just formed by itself. Your brain ain't just creating big tumors. No. Think about that. And I guarantee you, because like I said, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist, but I'm not stupid. If you dig and look into people that have had tumors on the brain, you'll notice that they have memory problems, neurological issues, nerve problems. These things go hand in hand. Why? Because they're eating at your nerves and your brain and stuff. So you take that and you look at, well, if they're eating at the brain, okay, that's causing some type of nerve damage and problems like that. But what I'll tell you also is that when they get to moving throughout the body, guess what? Now they're laying waste. So that's the cancer part. So the eating part is going to create the nerve problems and dementia and things like that in the brain. We're talking about that aspect. But what's not being addressed is, okay, what does that look like when they're eating at your kidneys, when they're eating at your lungs, when they're in your body eating at different things? What are those conditions? Those titles and names and labels, we don't have that information. Okay, but they've already given it one. You better believe that. But also, when those things are moving throughout the body, you know, they have to be eating. You understand? They have to be eating in order to lay waste, right? You can't just lay waste if you ain't eating nothing. So what the heck are you eating? So they eating and they laying waste, which is, yeah, tumors are they're parasitic eggs. Cysts and growths, granny mom. Yes. Okay. And those things can be avoided, man. It's simple. Is at the end of the day, clean your system out, man, because everybody has them. But if you don't clean them, they will result in cancer and dementias and all kind of health problems. It's inevitable. If you don't kill them, they won't die. That's just how simple it is. But what I was saying is they moving throughout your body. You get to stage 3 or 4. Now, the thing is, we're seeing a rise. You go back to that chart, and I'm going to pull that back up for you guys. Real quick. Oh, hold on. Here we go. Pull this chart back up because I think we need to look at it in depth one more time so people understand this. And I'll break it down so it'll make a little more sense of why this chart looks like this. And the cancer chart. Oh, let me pull that one up. Hold on. Let me pull that up real quick. Chart. Hold on, guys. Chart. Hold on. I'm gonna explain it real quick so y'all get it. I want this one chart that really shows y'all kind of what it looked like. Let me go back to the chart we had before. Okay. Understand this, man, that this is what it's gonna look like. Zoom in real quick. The chart. Okay. So understand this, man. Yeah, the charts are going to go up. They're going to increase and stuff like that. This is what it's going to look like. And the reason for that, we was just talking about growths, cysts, tumors, and stuff like that. Well, guess what, man? If they inject one parasite, guess what happens with that parasite after a while? You guessed it. It lays an egg. You get where I'm going? So, and remember, these things are intelligent, and they've been saying this stuff moves rapidly. So after a while, that egg grows and stuff. So it takes time. But once it grows to a certain point and boom, it bursts, the cysts, the growth bursts, guess what happens? Because you start linking the information in the terminology together. Like they say, okay, you have a cyst, you have a growth, you have a tumor, but it could be cancerous. It could. Why could it be cancerous? Why could it? What's the difference? What makes it cancer and what makes it not? Right? It could be cancerous because you know what? The egg could hatch. Just like, hey, just like grown women have miscarriages. Just like people have birds lay eggs that don't hatch. Different animals lay eggs and they don't necessarily hatch. But if it hatches, guess what? It is cancerous because now what was in that egg is going out and it's causing the cancer. Am I making sense? Like I said, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a scientist. I'm not an expert, but I'm far from stupid. Okay. So these people, they got these parasites injected in a system that Dr. Lee Merritt and Dr. Carrie Maget and a good doctor that was taken out of here pointed out that they found in this stuff. They indicated that they had these specific parasites and they found them in all these different folks. So these parasites are going in, man, and they're once they mature, once they lay an egg, it still takes time for the incubation period. I don't know. It could be depending on where they lay the egg. I don't know how that part works, but certain conditions and things are met, and that's why they do stuff like I believe there is a correlation between the graphene oxide, the ethylene oxide. The ethylene, I believe, is in the pop quiz, but the graphene, I believe that was in the walk. So those things may very well lay the particular atmosphere that they need in order to increase the likelihood that those eggs do reach full maturity. You understand what I'm saying? So you go in depth, and when you talk about that, at some point, man, those eggs, and there's no study for it. We don't have it, but they know it. They know exactly how long it takes for one of them dang eggs to grow to full maturity and know what conditions it needs and knows where that thing is going to go and where it's going to lay. So they said that particular parasite they was finding was it moved awfully fast. It was swift moving. Okay. Funny they say that because suddenly we got a turbo cancer. It's starting to make sense, guys. Said I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist, and this is for entertainment purposes only. That's my disclaimer. But once again, once that reaches maturity, man, and that egg, that cyst, I'm sorry, I said egg, cyst, tumor, growth. Once that thing busts open, is going to have that stuff moving throughout the body. So that could happen in the first year, not likely, more likely second, third year, fourth year, whatever, however many years it's going to take. But the longer that stuff is in people's system, the more those eggs are going to hatch over time. And then those things are going to start moving throughout people's systems, and they're going to start creating cancers. A lot of cancers. A lot of people are going to have them. Okay, because that's what they're putting in people. So we talk about this rise in cancers. Well, the cancers is continuing to rise because people still have these eggs that's going to be in their system. And just like we talk about, if you don't clean your system, you don't detox, period. Whether you took the walk or not, if you don't detox, then you're going to have parasites in your system moving throughout your system, laying eggs and everything else. If you took the walk, you got to, this is a whole different parasite we're talking about right now. Okay, this intelligent parasite. In fact, I believe there was 3 to 4 different types that what they were saying they were finding. Now, each and every one might have a different effect. I don't know that part, but I have heard or seen information as it relates to that from another. And I just played that video probably less than 3 weeks ago, where the doctor was saying they found these 4 different particular parasites. Now, the one they found that was moving fast and swift, said it was intelligent, lifted itself off the glass and everything, like it knew that they was looking at them and stuff. That one concerns me. That's a bad mother right there, okay? But either way, guys, if that thing's swift and move like that, and then you got that thing, you don't know how fast that thing might generate eggs and things a lot faster than your average, right? But you take that into consideration and say, well, once they hatch that tumor or cyst from that particular parasite, how fast do those baby parasites move throughout the body? Is that why turbo cancer exists the way it do, and why they're saying people are all of a sudden coming in and they already at stage 4? They never even got diagnosed. It's like all of a sudden just boom, stage 4. You know what I'm saying? And people are going in and some people getting read and saying, oh yeah, it looks like it could be cancerous. And then the next week is stage 4. I've seen so many articles and things like that where people were experiencing that. So it begs the question and brings things to your attention that there very well may be a correlation between people that have this stuff in their system and the parasitic aspect. Okay. Venus electrifitica. I can't pronounce the name. Yes, she just said something about that, and I said something about the IV, and we have to go back and listen. Remember Trump was up there and he said something about it, and they demonized it. You know, we know that works against parasites, right? And we know that all this stuff has been evolving around that. So you take that into consideration, man. You say, well, and that's why I told y'all, and I'm just putting it out there. Don't take it like I'm saying this is, 100% fact, and like I'm not saying that. But if you taking the walk, understand that this is for my people that have taken the walk. Understand, and the people that haven't too. It's the same thing, but for y'all, I think it's pertinent information. If you taking the walk. And I would like to do a study. Oh man, I'm ready to get the freaking microscope out, get the gloves and get the goggles, man. I'm ready to go to work, man. I don't know if y'all feel like me, but that's just my nature. But I would like to do an experiment. I would like to take one of them dang parasites that people got in them from taking a walk, and I would like to put him under a microscope and slap his ass with a hot bowl or a hot drop of ivermectin. That's what I would like to do. And see how his ass sizzle. you ever threw salt on a slug before? Same thing, right? Same thing. Throw salt on a slug, all of a sudden it shrivel up and die, whatever. Dry it out. That's kind of what the DE parasite detox does in your system on parasites. But we're talking about the IV. If you was to And this is what doctors have said. Now, like I said, I don't say that this is going to fix you, but it'll slow it down because that IV in your system, it does affect the parasite. It affects parasite. It does that. So if you got this particular parasite in you, I'm sure it doesn't like that shit. You understand what I mean? It doesn't like that shit. And you have to make it an uncomfortable environment. I don't know how long people that took the walk, I don't know how long they had to live. I know the timeline that they wanted to take everybody out was 2029, 2030. I see that these cancer rates is going up. I see people dying at 15 to 44. We know that they also put stuff in there to sterilize folks so they wouldn't have no more kids. So we know kind of what the program, what the schedule supposed to look like, right? But if they got you on a timeline, right? They got you on a timeline where they trying to take you out, then it's probably in your best interest for you to do the opposite of what they trying to do. And that means that you want to go ahead and address this parasitic aspect. Okay, that would be I'm just telling you, if I took the walk, as far as what I know, I can't say for what the damage is doing to your immune system. I don't know, because people getting sick quite frequently. I played the piece in my last video. The doctor was saying that everybody they had in there pretty much had taken a walk. I can't say as far as, you know, the instant sudden deaths. I don't know, you know, exactly what's going on with all of that. But if you one of the people, because remember, it was 3 different lots. Y'all remember it's 3 different lots, right? So these 3 different lots, could be 3 different types of parasites for all we know. But it could be you got the graphene and everything like that. But you also got the parasite, but you also got the MAC addresses, and you got the software, the operating system that was building in people. I can't say what to do about that. That to me, that sounds like the enslavement piece. You understand what I mean? Like, that sounds like part of the enslavement piece. Why else would you need a MAC address in somebody if they ain't finna be here much longer anyway? You know what I'm saying? Like, I would address the part that I can. I would address what I can. Okay, if you taking a walk, understand what I'm saying? I would address what I can and figure the rest out as we go. But do not allow, if this is what they're finding, is that the people that took the walk are coming down with these high levels of cancer, and they coming down with neurological problems. Oh yeah, I wish I could have done a better job for y'all, man. Let me see something. All right. I'm gonna see if I can do this real quick. Okay. Let's see here. As I told y'all, man, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist, but I'm far from stupid. Look at this article here. Like, if you just start piecing stuff together, man, and just use a process of elimination, it starts to make sense. Study reveals alarming rise in global neurological conditions, right? Why are we seeing rises in cancers, rises in heart attacks, rises in neurological conditions, rises in young people coming down with cancer? Come on, man. Come on now. So I don't know if we're going to read this whole article, but y'all get the point. This came out March 18th. Study reveals alarming rise in global neurological conditions. This parasite, like I told you, they feed. They're going to eat on your brain, this, that, and other. Okay? But that's not the point that I was trying to make, because we already made that point. The point that I was talking to you guys about is the fact that these different things that you have in your system, these 3 different lots, I don't know like what each one might have, but they very well might have a different piece of this whole puzzle. And then you might have some that had a whole thing. Like, then you go back and then we talk about the turbos. Not talking about turbo cancer, but I'm talking about the boost. Like, you talk about that, you don't know what all that got in it. But you can only control what you can control. Neurologically, that's something that very well may be directly related to the parasitic aspect, because I told y'all when they go in, they start eating at your brain and stuff, they go in to attack your neurological system. They're digging holes, okay, nerve damage, whatever, right? The cancer, they laying waste, they moving throughout the body. If I was you, being based off of what I know, I'm addressing the parasitic aspect first, because I know that's a key component. The doctors and scientists have proven that that's what they find in it, and they put it in you for a reason. That thing will lay an egg, that thing will move throughout the body, that thing will eat, feed, that thing will lay waste. So I'm gonna clean that part up first. Then I'll worry about the sickness part, my immune system and stuff. Because you could possibly kill a lot of you could probably solve a lot of problems with just knocking out the parasite. Does that make sense, man? Like, guys, give me a thumbs up, man, if that makes sense, what I'm saying. And I get that y'all following me here. That's what my approach would be, just based off what I know is of what that particular thing is doing in your system. I would kill whatever's in my system that is known to do neurological damage and known to cause cancer. Do you understand what I mean? I'm gonna attack that head on, and that should at least give me a fighting chance to get rid of or deal with the other things that might be happening. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know as far as the immune system, that might help out with the immune system stuff too. Okay, but you have other stuff in you. You have the MAC address. You have the operating system. You have the graphene in you. Obviously, if you took the pop quiz and you wore the mask and stuff, you're gonna also have the fibers. You're gonna have the nanoparticles. That stuff. Some of that stuff got to be addressed with other stuff, man. Like some of the stuff that we got in the detox shop. You gonna have to address that with other stuff. But just working around what we can, I'm gonna go ahead and hit that stuff head on with that, because that's all you know to do at this point, and see what happens. Now that the doctors have said that it slows it down. I think it slows it down because it stops the movement of those things. And if they did lay eggs, or if they are laying eggs, at least you killing them things and slowing down the growth and the reproduction, which I believe that's a big, strong piece of it, So, but yeah, I mean, just start looking into stuff, man, as it relates to what we know. Like I said, I'm talking to you guys like, well, MS and stuff, we know that's a neurological disorder, disease, degenerative. And you wonder why things are degenerative. Why is it degenerative? What's causing it to be degenerative? Well, it's getting worse because things are continuing to eat on it. You see what I'm saying? Like degenerative. MS, dementia, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, those are degenerative diseases. I think most diseases that's degenerative, I think a lot of it is if not most of it, is parasitic, because the parasites are continuing to eat and eat and eat. And as long as they keep living and eating, you keep dying. You understand what I mean? Degenerative disease. Boy, they have a crazy way of yeah. So man, I'm just saying, man, just based off the knowledge, information we know, man, I bet you we could come together and figure out a whole lot of crap that's going on out here. When you unbiased and you doing things, when you're doing things, that and you actually have a good sound, heart, and you actually got your whole mind to function with, and you can put together processes and connect dots, man, it's gonna make a hell of a difference by itself. It's gonna make a hell of a difference by itself. And I believe that is the case as far as figuring out some of this stuff that's going on out here. But then you also got people that's truly trying to figure it out. Like I tell you all the time, they're not trying to figure out how to keep you alive. They've been trying to figure out how to keep you dead for the last several decades. That's what it's been about, trying to figure out how to keep people dead. So why and when do they decide they're gonna start telling you, the opposite? What sense does it make for them to start trying to figure out how do you supposed to live? Like Just start doing the research yourself, man. Like I tell y'all, I'm not a doctor and scientist, and I'm not gonna get into this part. We're gonna talk about this another time. But spirituality, I talked to you about that. People want to hammer. Some people want to hammer me because I'm telling you to take a spiritual approach, and I'm telling people, hey, don't listen to everything that's in the Bible because I say those things, and I'm not leading nobody away from God. I'm not leading nobody away from Jesus. Don't make no mistake. That very well may be the way, because it's going to keep you in somewhat a righteous path that you be walking. But make sure that you are able to connect, because those that are in power here, that are being ran by these beings that are evil and directly connected to Satan, they have done what they can to make sure that they cut off your channel to God. That's what they aim to do. So for you, you need to make sure you have that open channel. And if I'm wrong, I'd rather be wrong directing you to talk straight to God, because I know at the end of the day, he gave you that channel for a reason, so he could reach you, so he could touch you. A lot of people that didn't know that the walk was coming, they were not touched. They didn't get the signal, like I tell you all the time. But if you are shut off, your channel is shut off, they can't reach you. Just like Max Spears said, if you connected to your higher self, you will know the mass wipeouts was coming. You will know how to avoid it. The Georgia Guidestones, he's like, yeah, it's going to happen. Those that are connected, they will know what to do. They will avoid it. Those that don't, that aren't connected, just like Noah was connected to God, that's how he got the message, got the signal to get his butt on that ark and take his folks with him. You know, everybody laughed at him, said he was crazy, just like they told you when you didn't take the walk. Same thing, but you was connected enough to know deep down your spirit and be hearing from your higher self, because we hear stuff, we hear voices, whether it be from parasitic energy or spirits and things. You also hear from your higher self telling you, yo, I don't think that's a good move. I don't think that's a good move. Let's not take that. Let's wait and see. You know, your consciousness talking to you, telling you, oh, I don't like that. Just like I tell you, you might go somewhere and feel some tension in the room. You know, you might go somewhere and be like, I don't like, you know, this ain't a good idea for us to ride with this dude. I don't like his energy. Your spirit feel that stuff. Your spirit got its own senses. You understand what I'm saying? So I tell everybody, like I say, get connected directly to the source and let God tell you or talk to you himself. Don't take it from me. Don't take it from a written book. Don't let me write something down and give it to you and you say, oh, because he inspired by God. Let your own self be inspired by God. Why you got to listen to some man or some book somebody wrote that said they was inspired by God? Why you got to have information from somebody else that said they inspired by God? Anybody could put something together and say they was inspired by God to do it. You got to understand that, man. And a lot of stuff that they do is I mean, it's tamper with our information and what we receive so that we can't be who we supposed to be. And I told you before, the cult members that's under those beings that run this country or this world that are demonic and evil and got a nefarious, sinister agendas and stuff, they the ones that made sure that they cut you off from the source so you couldn't get the right message that you're supposed to get. They understand that stuff a lot better than a lot of folks do. Okay. And so by me telling you to clean that, dust that stuff off that they doing to you and then get connected, I'm not steering you in the wrong way. Like I said, if people believe they made in an image of God, like I tell all the time, you believe you made the image of God. So what is your God-like ability? Okay. Where is your spirit at to begin with? You understand what I mean? And why would somebody be tampering with that? Why would human beings, mankind, be tampering with that if God gave it to you? You see what I mean? So if anybody's telling you to connect and utilize what God gave you, how would they be wrong? And if that means you got to go within and get that connection and everything, that's what you need to do, right? And once you connect to God, if he tell you, hey, I don't want you using this channel, I don't want you having your spiritual senses, and I'm going to shut you off because I don't want to talk to you, then that's what you need to hear. But you need to hear that from God. You understand what I mean? So anywho, guys, I think we hit on a lot. We're gonna have a whole video. We're gonna talk about the spiritual aspect of stuff. We're gonna talk about the spiritual aspect of stuff. We're gonna do that another time. And I think we didn't about ran ourselves dry with this conversation, man. A lot of stuff we discussed. I said I was only gonna be on here for roughly about I said I was gonna be on here for about 30 minutes to an hour, man. We up at 2 hours. We didn't get a lot of people that come in and do the live broadcast. Like some of y'all, man, y'all be nervous. I understand that, but man, y'all got to get out of y'all nervousness and stuff, man. Get out of your nervousness, man. Get out your own feelings. Get out your way, and come on and get on the live and talk about whatever you got going on. Like I said, I love to hear from people and hear what they got to say, hear what they might have been going through or what they experienced. You know, it's not for me to just be up here telling y'all my story and my information all the time about what I see, but rather it's for everybody to kind of, you know, pitch in and collectively we discussed all this stuff. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to fault people because I know some people be a little scared and everything like that. I get it. But at the end of the day, man, fight your fears. Some of y'all been out there speaking to people on the street, some people you meet or you direct people to my videos. That's cool. But it'll be good to hear, you know, from some of you other guys sometime and you know, get some other information. Let me see. So yeah, we're not gonna do much more. I've been doing these live, man, so I haven't been able to work on the videos that I was working on. But I'm gonna get to the video because I do have one that I started, and I'm gonna get to that. Tell me what y'all think, man. Do y'all like having these live videos? Y'all like connecting directly with me? If you do, if you prefer this method, maybe we'll do more of this. I don't know. Y'all tell me the thing. Those in the chat that's listening right now, if you got if you are capable, I don't know what you do if you're driving, you're capable of texting or saying something in the chat that you prefer or you like having these live sessions, then if you could put a thumbs up or say whatever you want to say in reference to that, that'll give me an indication of how much this appeals to the audience rather than doing the videos that we do. Because I can still come on here and bring up the images in the videos and things like that. I'll get a little more detailed, maybe put a little more work into it so that we can work it that way if that's easier for people or if people prefer that. So y'all let me know what y'all think. Let's see. Because it does allow us to connect on both platforms. I see some people do prefer. You know, we get mixed reactions because a lot of people got a lot of people on YouTube right now. Lives be crazy. Y'all know a lot of times, so I have to take the lives right down. If I take a live down, I'll probably throw it up on YouTube late, or not YouTube, but throw it up on Rumble later because we don't want to risk getting the channel snatched and stuff. So we got a couple of people, man, that like the live. Some of y'all like the video. Franny mom says she's working while listening. Yes, live. And take care. Much respect. Yeah. Yeah, not a lot of people responding. That's okay. We get some thumbs up. Keep it up. Keep it up. We'll see, man. I'm gonna think about it. I said I was gonna get a little more depth with the broadcast and doing stuff, man, and start bringing on more guests, actual guest speakers, and some of you guys giving you guys a window of opportunity to speak out, man, how y'all feeling and stuff y'all seeing too, man. Don't be afraid to come on, man. I want y'all to use me just like I'm your channel. You know, if you want to got some stuff you need to get out there and talk about, let's make it happen. You know, I want y'all to know that y'all have that option. Okay. So, but I do like this Rumble setup. You know, they just came out with the lives, which is cool. YouTube, obviously, they got me on censorship heavy over there, so I can't. Lives don't never really do much. The StreamYard we was using, that wasn't too good either. It was just too much interface and that you had to do. But I think this is good, man. So we're gonna mess with it. I might do something again this week. Might do something tomorrow. What's up, Indigo? Yes, I love. I'm glad that I catch today because of time difference. Elena, okay. Yeah. So if you just came in, man, we are on the way out, but we wanted to just touch base on that, man. See how people felt about being able to have the live videos, man, to talk to you guys and do stuff in real time. But I want to also I want to also get an idea how many people actually do want to come on at some point and be on the live broadcast. If you are actually considering, or if you would like to potentially, just if you can indicate so on the chat. Okay, hit you up off here. Yusuf, what's your contact, man? I may reach out. I am gonna do something on the other channel the guy was talking about. So I'm gonna do a video, at least talk. I'll get with you, no deceit. If you still watching, man, I'll get with you so we can organize something that we'll have over there for you. Okay, so we'll be catching live since I work, but to watch in my downtime. Okay, so we might, like I said, we might stick with the live approach, man. But I ain't gonna keep doing live if y'all scared, if folks scared to come on, man. So you want to keep it rocking. Y'all want to be able to you know, have this segment, you know, other than just me going in doing the videos where y'all just seeing the clips and stuff like that. Then y'all need to interact. Make sure y'all getting involved. Okay. Now, like I said, I give y'all a pass right now. I know some of y'all sitting back there scared as hell. What's up, Easy Life from the UK? What's up, man? We got a lot of folks been getting super bundles from the UK, man. We got a lot of people. We got a lot of people that's been getting bundle packages in the UK. UK, man, Australia, the main one, Canada. A lot of folks in Canada. Like I said, it's a lot of stuff, man, in certain places they don't have available, and they also don't let y'all have certain countries. But yeah, a lot of people from the UK, man, have been dealing with them. Japan, like all over the place, man. So, man, who made the general of such an army? What made the general of such and such army? I'm the one who made the general of such and such army. Summer, right? We'll have a conversation about that. Yeah, that was something I wanted to talk about. Okay, guys. So either way, man, I hope everybody enjoyed the show today, man. Having a conversation. We only had one live guest come on, but that's all right. We will have more in the future. If you haven't, like I said, I'm still gonna run that 40% off for the next 2 days. I think it is till Saturday. For those that didn't get it, so if you're on my YouTube, my main channel right now, that's still running. For you guys that missed it the 2-3 weeks because of me being suspended and having a strike, man. So I came back, ran that for you guys. So hopefully those that missed it are able to take advantage of that. If not, man, I will be on anything. I'll do another video between the next couple of days. If not, I probably will maybe do another live. We'll see. I don't know if I'm gonna do an early morning or early day live. It might end up being an evening live. We'll see. I'm gonna have to touch base with everybody, man. See what y'all prefer to. Cause y'all rather do the mornings, the evenings. I don't know, but that's something we're gonna have to figure out, right? So yeah. So anywho, guys, hope everybody is well. And if anything, if you didn't catch this video, you just catch it on at the end. You can go to Rumble. I will post this video probably later this evening, or if not by tomorrow. So those that didn't get to see, they can check it out. All right. So hey, y'all be safe, man. I'll catch you later.